Well, I make it sound so simple, but it took me about 50,000 words to explain what took place over 50 years at Chick-fil-A.
Hmm.
And it's not nearly as simple as it sounds, but yet it was exactly the way Truett Cathy founded his company, and he ran the company, and how leaders have picked up those principles and carried them on. You start with the foundation of a remarkable culture. And for Chick-fil-A, that was based on their purpose, their very why for being, which is to glorify God by being a faithful steward of all that's entrusted to us, to be a positive influence on all who come in contact with Chick-fil-A. And so that's the foundation of a remarkable culture, is a meaningful purpose. Why are we in business at all? Why are we here? That's what a purpose is. The second element is a challenging mission. If the purpose is the why, then the mission is the what. What big goal are we trying to accomplish? Now, for most organizations, a purpose would never change. Your why is always your why. If it changes, you're probably in a different business. But a mission changes when? Well, when the goal's accomplished, right? And so then you get a new mission and a new goal to achieve. The third element of a remarkable culture is demonstrated core values. Those are the behaviors of how we're going to live out the purpose and mission. And you notice I said demonstrated, because it's not good enough just to have a list of core values that you post on a wall somewhere. They have to be lived out day by day. So that's where you start. You start with this foundational culture, remarkable culture. And then you've got to have somebody to execute that. And that's where extraordinary talent comes in.
Hmm.
And this is a compromise that you can't make. Some organizations, they just like to hire people. At Chick-fil-A, we selected talent. There's a huge difference between that. Hiring people, that's all about quantity. That's just, warm bodies. Who can I get to fill this shift? Who can I get to make sure we have enough people in the kitchen? How can I make sure we have enough people up front? But selecting talent, that's all about quality. Do I have the right people to fill the right roles to achieve what I'm trying to accomplish? And so the way to go about selecting extraordinary talent is to look at three criteria. The first is character. Does this person, this candidate, have the character that matches the organization? The second piece is, do they have the competency that matches the role? And the third piece is, do they have the chemistry that matches the team?
Mm.
So you take those two pieces, and then you take that extraordinary talent, and they have this foundation of this culture. And then you add to it, you teach them principles where they can deliver amazing customer experiences, just like the one we were talking about earlier about second mile service. You don't give them a stack of rules to be compliant to, because that's not going to create amazing customer experiences. But teach them principles, and as leaders, demonstrate those principles so they know how to behave, and then give them the freedom to do that. And then people will amaze you in the ways that they'll win the hearts of their customers. You start with the end in mind, which is, I want to win the hearts of my customer, because if I win the heart of the customer, they'll keep coming back again and again, and they'll bring more people with them. And to do that, I'm going to create a remarkable culture that not only are my employees engaged in, but actually the customers themselves become engaged in, because it's so much a part of the organization. And then I'm going to select this extraordinary talent to execute those principles. But a truly remarkable culture, while going out to dinner together and doing those things can be a part of it, living life together, as we used to call it, Chick-fil-A, there's another really important part of a remarkable culture. In remarkable cultures, leaders hold their teams accountable and the individuals accountable. Accountability is part of a remarkable culture. So those items really can become separate. It's like, this is the environment we have. Yes, we love on each other, if I can use that word. We treat each other with honor, dignity, and respect. But part of loving people and treating them with honor and dignity and respect is not just the time we spend together, but it's creating goals and expectations and holding them accountable to those so that they can feel successful, because that's an important part of a remarkable culture as well. So I think that's how you guard against what you're talking about, is that you create clear expectations and hold people accountable while you're doing all the fun stuff too.